a 9-play, 50-yard drive in 4 minutes and 53 seconds. Matt Dunning on the quarterback sneak from a yard out. And the Beat Diggers have had two touchdown leads, but now it's down to a single touchdown with 1:43 to go. And Strasburg does receive the second half kickoff. So this drive becomes more urgent for the Beat Diggers. Schlegel, line drive pick, and it's off of Kukas' hand, and it's picked up at the 7 by Garcia, running to his right to the 15, to the 20, breaks out of a tackle, but now he's down at around the 24-yard line. Eric Tresh made the play. It could have been disastrous for the Beat Diggers field position-wise, but Garcia kind of bailed Kukas out there.
Yeah, he did a good job and some nifty running. If he could have broke one more tackle, if he could have sidestepped that last kid, he might have been off to the races as well.
Well, the Beat Diggers have their full complement of timeouts, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Tanner Morrow has scored 3 touchdowns on the night, and it looks like the Beat Diggers are going to need quite a few more unless they can hold off this Strasburg attack. Just shy of the 25. Weiser's the lone setback. The handoff to Weiser running left, and he's got a pretty big hole, and he closes quickly, but he does gain 5 to the 30-yard line. A couple of Indians in there to make the play on the right side. 2nd down and 5. Bradley Boyd, the senior linebacker, combined to make the hit, but the Beat Diggers have got to start moving a little bit quicker. They've got 70 yards to go, and there's 1:08 remaining before the break. From the 30, trips to the right. One receiver to the left, that's Kukas. Garcia rolling to his right, wants to throw. Throws down the sideline. It is intercepted by Jordan Ross along the sideline at the 42-yard line. There is a flag down. There's a flag down at the 28. And let's see what the indication is. Personal foul, roughing the passer against Strasburg. Boy, that kills the Indians. The Beat Diggers have new life.
Yeah, that's a big play there. Garcia got hammered right after he threw the football. And lucky for him, Strasburg roughed him, and that negated that interception. If I'm allowed to say that.
Oh, that's what it did. It does negate the interception by Jordan Ross. And all of a sudden, the Beat Diggers are at the 45-yard line with 55 seconds to go. The clock should not restart before the next play because it was an interception that, as Dave mentioned, was negated. Again, trips to the right. Kukas, the lone receiver to the left. Weiser, the lone setback. 1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers at their own 45-yard line, leading 21-14. Garcia looking to throw. Lost it up the left sideline. Kukas is out there. And he couldn't go haul it in. It went through his hands at around the 29. He juggled it. It was thrown towards the outside shoulder. He was battling the football, and it fell incomplete.
Garcia's 2 for 5 on the night now. A couple of passes that probably should have been caught would change that percentage a little bit, but I have to give Kukas a little credit on that. I think the ball was tipped, and that's what caused him to lose track of where the ball was at.
Well, the clock never moved either. It's still at 55 seconds. That's how much time they had before the play, so that essentially is a free play. 2nd down and 10 for the Beat Diggers at their own 45-yard line. Trips to the left, naked backfield. Now 4 to the left, including Connor Weiser. Garcia rolling to his left. Still rolling, taking off with the football at the 50-yard line, down the sideline to the 45, and he cuts inside 1st down. He's tackled at the 43, taking up 12 yards of the play along the far sideline, and the Beat Diggers will call a timeout. 41.5 seconds to go before the break, leading by 7.
I like that call. You know, the Diggers put all 4 of those receivers over there on the left side, and every one of them's job is to try to hook all those Strasburg Indian defensive players inside and allow Garcia to get out to the outside and use his speed and shiftiness to break that one tackle that might be there.
No matter what your loan needs, stop by High Plains Bank at 502 Central Avenue in Wiggins. Also inquire about checking and savings accounts as well as CDs at High Plains Bank in Wiggins. 2 games in 5 days for the Beat Diggers. They'll close out the regular season on Friday night at home against University. And if they win this game, then the importance of that game against University is really for playoff seeding, because they would clinch a playoff berth with a victory tonight. The defense has bent a little bit, broken only once, as Strasburg does have a defensive touchdown on Aaron Schlegel's 52-yard return. Tanner Morrow has 3 scores for the Bee Diggers. 41.5 seconds to go before the break. 1st and 10 for Brush. At the Strasburg 43-yard line. Trips to the right. Kukas is the lone receiver to the left. Weiser in the backfield. Garcia under center. And Garcia is going to hand it off to Weiser, running left to the 40-yard line. Tries to break out of a tackle, and he carries a defender inside the 40 to the 37. Matt Dunning makes the play. Weiser picks up 6. Timeout for the Bee Diggers. 32.4 to go.
You know, it's a good call. I like that because you have to assume that defense is going to be dropping down into some sort of a prevent, cover 4 sort of defense. It should leave some of those runs right up the middle wide open for big yards. And we've seen Weiser go 82 yards before. We've seen him run away from people. So if he could just break that one tackle, that's a great play.
But if they don't break it on this play and they go to the ground, they're definitely going to have to put the ball up in the air. There's no doubt about it because they're down to 1 timeout, if my math is correct, with 32.4 seconds to go. They could conceivably set up for a Cardenas field goal. I mean, they're at the 37. They need probably, I'd say, about 20 more yards to make it a 34, 35-yard field goal. 2nd down and 4 for the Bee Diggers at the Strasburg 37, up 21-14. Trips to the right once again. 1 receiver to the left. Weiser's the lone setback. Garcia back to throw, looking left, pumps, tries to run out of trouble, runs to his left, takes off with the football, down the sideline to the 30, and he's out of bounds. Oh, that's a late hit, and there's the flag. Boy, that was a late hit. Schlegel really took him out of bounds. Hopefully Garcia's all right near the track. It looks like he is still down as they attend to Garcia. He went out of bounds at around the 30-yard line. Let's see if he's gotten up along the sideline, but that's a late hit. It's a gain of 7. And then the 15-yard penalty. And Strasburg is killing themselves with the penalties that they've committed. And I don't know if Garcia's up, Dave. I don't know if you can see from this vantage point. But he's along the sideline. And if he doesn't come back into the game now, C.J. Kukas would be the quarterback with the ball at the 15-yard line. 26.6 seconds to go. Yeah, I don't even see him at this point, but I believe he's up. And Kukas is the quarterback. On 1st down and 10 for the 15. Kukas will hand it off to Weiser. Slips out of a tackle, drives hard to around the 12-yard line. Bee Digger timeout. Tyler Tuttle makes the play, but the concern is for Eric Garcia after the gain of 3. And he was taken well out of bounds. He's up now and walking along the sideline. Yeah, from this vantage point, Dave, he just went down awkwardly.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of, it's a long ways over there, but he kind of had to arch his back, and it looks like his feet were kind of down, were out from underneath of him as he got tackled forward and landed towards his face. But he's walking over there on the sideline. He just went over and got a drink, and looks like he's moving all right.
Yeah, but unfortunately, he's not back in the game. Not that CJ can't do the job, because he can do the job, but this is not easy for Kukas coming into a situation where you've got to watch the clock with 22.1 seconds to go. You might have to throw the football because you have no timeouts left. You're at the Strasburg 12. The Bee Diggers do lead in the game 21-14, but you don't want to squander an opportunity. And the timeout has expired. The Bee Diggers are back in the huddle and now up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 7 from the Strasburg 12. And a late entry into the game is Tony Guzman. Kukas to hand it off to Weiser, running right behind his blockers. He's hit in the backfield, and there's a flag down at around the 10-yard line. Well, that will actually help the Bee Diggers because they had nothing there with 15.2 seconds to go. However, if that flag is against Brush, that's going to take them back, and that could take them out of field goal range. And it will be illegal substitution against Brush. So it's a 1-yard loss. Garcia is back in the game. And let's see where the football is going to be placed.
Regardless, even if they are out of field goal range, I'd love to see if Cardenas can kick it. I'd like to see how much of a leg he has and see how far out there you have to be for him to make that field goal, because, that's something we need to know.
Well, it's back at around the 18-yard line. And it's 2nd down and 12 at the 18. It'd be a 35-yard field goal.
Well, I've seen him kick a 35-yard field goal before with a high school football last year in the spring, so I know he's got that kind of leg.
Guzman, Melendez, and Hansen, the receivers to the right. Kukas to the left, and they will start the clock. Garcia is rolling to his right, wanting to throw, still wanting to throw, still rolling to his right, running out of room. He is going to run out of it. Now runs towards the sideline. He's down, and the Beat Diggers are going to run out of time. He's down at the 17-yard line, and that's the end of the opening half. Garcia did not get out of bounds. He was tackled by Bradley Boyd, and that's the end of the first half with a score. Rush 21, Strasburg 14 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.